make sure the recording button goes on. My computer's slow. Awesome. Okay, we are all here together. And I'm so excited. I miss you guys. I haven't been on a call in a while because I've been doing the show, but it doesn't mean I haven't been thinking of you all. I spend every second I'm not in rehearsal or on stage just trying to figure out how to best help you all and move us all forward as a team, which is exciting. And I do it because I love it. And I know that a lot of you guys share that sentiment. Tonight, we are going to be focusing on a business mindset. I will be the first person to tell you that at the heart of this business and our team specifically, we really do hold people and we run our businesses with integrity. And I think that's why we all get along so well. And I think that's why we're all so like-minded and just heart-centered people. But at the end of the day, there is a business opportunity with Beachbody. And I think we have a choice in how we are going to take the reins and run with that business. And tonight I want to talk about the very unsexy, behind the scenes, lifting the veil up, getting right down to the nitty-gritty of what it is that defines success in our business and in life, because a lot of us on our team are not just pursuing making a steady income with this, but we are also pursuing our other passions. These are all things tonight that we are going to focus on and address, like how we can elevate our levels of success in our lives. And it's going to be key that you just go along with me for this ride. I know for a lot of people, setting goals is not something that is comfortable. I know for a lot of people, the idea of dreaming big and potentially falling short of a goal is very scary. However, it is necessary. It's necessary with anything you do in your life. And I think this is a great call for tonight because we are in the month of June. We are middle of the year and you have a choice. You can either allow your business to gain so much momentum and explode, or you can stand in your own way and hinder your success. So as a team, I want us to really place focus on trying to move forward in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next however long you choose to be a part of this team. So we are going to start with a quote, because I'm sure many of you guys have been seeing this book floating around. I have not been able to put it down for the past 2 days. I am whipping through this thing. So we're starting with a quote. And I read this in a chapter today and was like, yeah, that's everything. So here we go. It's long. Listen close. I believe that one of the major reasons why people don't stick to their goals and fail to accomplish them is because they fail to set them high enough from the beginning. I have read many books on goal setting and have been to seminars on this topic, and I constantly see people set goals and then either never get started or bail on them. Frequently and regularly, most of us have been warned against setting goals too high. The reality is that if you start small, you're probably going to go small. People's failure to think big enough usually means they will never act big enough, often enough, or persistently enough. After all, who gets excited about so-called realistic goals? And who can stay excited about anything with an, at best, average payoff? To maintain your enthusiasm, you have to make your goals substantial enough that they keep your attention. And I don't know about you, but anyone who has been in this a day, a week, a month, a year, I think can imagine or understand that it is a pretty big thing that we watch over and over happen. People come in gung-ho, they are super excited about this opportunity, and then they never do anything with it. And it breaks my heart because there are so many people who just have all the potential in the world and never see that through. And the reason that is because they come in allowing doubt to overflow them. Doubt is what takes over, as opposed to setting your goals high And then figuring out, yes, there is a lot of information along the way, but figuring out what is the next step I can do to move toward that goal? What is the next thing? 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 If you set your goals high, you're automatically going to fall in line and figure out how to reach those goals. If you start your goals small, you will achieve nothing but small. So when we were talking about setting goals, you need 3 things. The first is to have a clear goal and objective. Super clear on that. What is it that you want to achieve in your business, in your life? Let's talk about business today. What is it that you are currently working towards in your business? Are you working on becoming an Emeralds coach? Are you working on becoming a Diamond coach? Get super clear on what it is that you want and what objective you're aiming towards. Second, you need clear measures and standards, okay? How do we know we are seeing success? How do we know we are moving toward that goal? What is it that you are trying to align yourself with to make sure that you are on track? The third thing you need is a clear deadline. That is the scariest thing for most people. Yes, I get it. We don't want to fall short. We don't want to feel like we're failing in any way. But if we don't set a deadline, then we don't allow ourselves to push hard to reach that goal. So you have to do the scary thing. You have to go out of the box. You have to allow yourself to get uncomfortable and say, you know what? This is what I'm reaching for. This is how I know I'm on track. And this is when I am going to do it by. And guess what? If at the end of the day, you don't achieve it by that date, you know what happens? You moved forward. You moved closer to that goal in the amount of time you were working toward it than you would have if you didn't put a date on it. So you don't lose. Either way. So let's go ahead and talk about this 7-step goal setting system that Brian Tracy lays out for us. Go ahead, Josie.
What was number 2?
Number 2, clear measures and standards.
Okay, keep going.
All right, so Brian Tracy lays out a 7-step goal setting system. And if you don't know who Brian Tracy is, he's the one that wrote Eat That Frog, and he does a lot of time management books and a lot of like books that have to do with pretty much get the hell out of your own way and stop bullshitting yourself because you're awesome and you can achieve as much success as you want. So basically, he's the shit. All right, so he lays out this 7-step goal setting system for us. So I'm going to read off those 7 steps to you. You can write them down if you want to. Decide what you want and be specific. That's number 1. So super important. Obviously, if you have a goal, you need to know what the hell that goal is and be specific about it. It is not enough to say, I want to be a diamond coach so that I can make an $18 bonus. No, it is much more specific, much more pointed to say, you know what? I want to be a diamond coach making at least $500 a month with 10 coaches on each leg, 2 emeralds on each side. That is specific. You could be a diamond coach making $50 a month. So what is it that you want out of that? You need to get clear on what that goal is. Number 2, write it down. It's only a wish if you don't write it down. Yes, you can put it out there all you want, but is it a real thing? Are you actively working towards that? It is a different thing if you put it on pen and paper. You have it sitting there right in front of you and you know what you're working for every day. Fun little fact, 3% of adults have goals written. 3%. You know what everyone else is doing? They're working for that 3% of people who have the goals written down. So again, you have a choice here. You can be the person who's going to fall into that 3%, create your success, be the one that moves forward, be the one that develops this amazing business, be the one that ends up on Broadway, be the one that is the stay-at-home mom taking care of her kids with a 6-figure business on the table, or you can be the person that isn't. You have that choice in your hand at the end of the day. And what's beautiful about Beachbody is that we really do. We have complete control over what we do and do not do in a single day. And it doesn't mean that you need a ton of time to do it. It just means that you need to get diligent with the time that you do have so that you can see that success start to happen. Number 3, write down that deadline. I am so serious. The deadline works. The deadline works. You will move closer to your goal if you have a date in mind. Your subconscious mind will start working on that goal 24/7, and you'll attract the opportunities to make that goal a reality. And I will just share a quick little story here with you. When I decided I was going to make it my mission to go into 2-star qualification last year and be a 2-star diamond coach so that I could attend New Leadership Conference on Beachbody's dime last year, I was a diamond coach and had no idea how the heck I was going to do it. Okay, I had a lot of work in front of me, a lot. I had one diamond coach or one potential diamond coach on my right leg, and on my left leg, I had nobody other than my fiance, who was an Emerald coach at the time, meaning he had one coach on each leg. I had to not only maintain my own account at Diamond, but I decided I was going to build my fiance to Diamond, which means he needed minimum of 8 coaches and 2 of those to go Emerald. It was a lot of work, and I did that. But you know what? That wouldn't have happened if I didn't have that specific date that I had to qualify by in order to be on that trip. I did everything I could. I backtracked. I got creative. I found all these different solutions because exactly what Brian Tracy says, my mind could not let that go. I was 24/7 like, how can I make this happen? How can I make this happen? Thinking out of the box. And eventually I found my way and I ended up on that damn trip. But you have to do the scary thing. You have to set your mind on what it is that you're going to achieve. All right, number 4, make a list of all that you can do to achieve that goal. So there are many things, right? So if our goal is Diamond, well, what can I do to achieve Diamond? I can put up business-related posts so that I can attract more business-oriented people. I can make sure that I'm hitting a minimum of Success Club 5. I can, do personal development to keep my confidence levels up. I can talk to friends and family, send out a mass email and let them know in a very genuine way what this business means to me. What are all the things that you can do to help you move toward that goal? Make a list of those things. Number 5, based on that list, organize a plan. Organize your plan step by step, what you are going to do to make sure that you see this goal through. Number 6, take action immediately. Immediately. Guys, will everyone make sure they're muted? All right, so why do I say immediately? Here's the thing about taking action. We all get super ramped up when we learn something new. We all get so excited when other people on the team are rank advancing and we feel on fire and our success partners are starting to see success. So if their success is happening, then mine can absolutely happen too. And then what happens? You don't act on that excitement, and your window of opportunity and taking action closes. All of a sudden that fire is dim. And whereas you could have been acting immediately on that excitement that is there, acting on those new skills that you've acquired, acting on this plan that you have put forth, seeing momentum and letting that fuel your excitement even further so that you continue to take action, well, you've now just allowed that all to die down and you're starting from square one again. So stop doing that. Take action and do it daily. And last thing, number 7, do something every day that moves you toward your goal every single day. If you have met your goal, you know what you do? You set a new one. And you do this every time. Because guys, we never want to be at a place where we're staying stagnant. And it doesn't matter what you are talking about achieving in your life. We don't want to settle for mediocre. We don't want to settle for okay or average. We want to be in that group of exceptional. Because those are the people that are really experiencing success, and they don't stop experiencing success because they always have this success mentality going on. All right, so here's an exercise for you. And as I mentioned in our little call, anyone who listens back to this is also welcome to this, but I'm opening myself up to have a 20-minute mentorship call with everyone who is here right now and everyone who listens back to this call. So here is your assignment for that call. This is specifically about goal setting, okay? We are not getting on the call just to twiddle our thumbs. We are talking about putting things into action. So here is your job. When we schedule a call, you are going to go through this exercise. You're going to make a list of the goals you'd like to achieve in the next 12 months. All right? Think of a 12-month period. Newer coaches, specifically Rachel, who I know is on this call right now, we're going to talk a little bit in the next few days about, goals immediately. But think about what kind of income you'd like to be making. This is for everyone. What do you want to achieve with this business? What is this business going to allow you to do in your life if you really run with it? Think about those things. Think about what you want to achieve in the next 12 months. If you can write it on paper, you have the ability to achieve it. It's the same thing as if you dream it, you can achieve it. But it's up to you to do something with it. All right, second thing. Select the one goal on your list that would have the most positive impact on your life. Okay, so if you have 10 goals, I want you to look at that list, select the one that is going to have the most positive impact on your life. Before we talk, your responsibility is to take action on that goal, the one you circle. And the fourth thing is you are going to agree to not quit until you see that goal through. Okay? So here's when people start asking the question, well, what if it doesn't work? Yep, that's a way to succeed. That's allowing go before you've even given yourself the opportunity to succeed. So that's the wrong question to ask. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. Looking at your list of goals that you want to achieve over the next 12 months, ask yourself, what if I actually did achieve these goals? How does your life look different if the goals on that list come to fruition? And ask yourself if it's worth it to achieve those things. All right, so moving out of our goal setting stage, we're gonna talk more about this success mentality and what really defines someone who is successful as a Beachbody coach. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is dedicating ourselves to lifelong learning, okay? So obviously one of our vital behaviors is personal development, and I think this is a big one on our team. And I think a lot of people have seen huge mental shifts and transformations because of the work they have done through personal development. So know that yes, personal development absolutely applies in this category, but it's not only personal development. Have a formula in place for your success, okay? When we come into coaching and on our team, we are in the habit of sharing what works for us, right? Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of this. We're all in the habit of sharing what works for us. This is not a stingy business. We really do all have the opportunity to succeed together. And it is so much more rewarding when we do that as a team. So there isn't one person that gets to promote. We can all promote. We can all join that millionaires club. We can all be walking across the stage at Summit as elite coaches. That is something that is available to every single one of us. So of course I'm going to share what works for me with all of you. And you guys are all doing the same with your teams, your direct coaches, your upline. We're all sharing resources here. So find out what works for you. And when you were taught something, which we all are, because hello, we're going through the trainings, we all have the same tools available to us. What defines whether someone succeeds is whether or not they decide to implement what they learn. So super important, when you're taught something, implement it. Make sure you are trying things. And when you learn something new, try it 10 times before you give up and throw that idea out the window. Okay? Most people give up on a goal before they even try it once. Napoleon Hill tells us this. Ask yourself, am I giving up on my dream before I give myself a chance to actually succeed? Check in with yourself. Be honest. Are you giving yourself a cop-out? I can tell you that I hit a point this past year in my acting career that I started saying things like, I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't think I need to be on Broadway to be happy. And I do believe that, there's so much opportunity for actors outside of Broadway. But you know what? Broadway has always been my dream. And I got to a place where I realized those words were coming out of my mouth, not so much because I believed that I would be okay without the Broadway credit, but because I was scared of not achieving it. So ask yourself, am I cutting myself short? Capitalize on the enthusiasm window. We talked about that. When you are excited about something, when you learn something new, when you hear something fresh for the first time and you are ready and on fire to try it, go and try it, because that enthusiasm window is going to close. And when you've never tried it, all of a sudden it's like, I'm doing okay without that thing. Well, maybe that thing could have been what helped you explode. Maybe that thing could have been what took you to the next level. You can learn any skill that you need to achieve any goal you want to. Do you struggle on social media? There are trainings all over. Shalene Johnson has amazing trainings to learn how to use Instagram. Are you someone that wants to gain a more professional look and be taken more seriously? We have diamond trainings that help you do that. You have all the tools available to you. You have so many books on anything you need to learn, but it's just a matter of you deciding to actually go and learn it. So learning, being a constant student and applying your new knowledge, super crucial to finding success. All right, it's a people business is what I titled this next section. In order to be successful as a coach, credibility and likability are key. Know your stuff. So often, what I find is that people rest on their uplines for knowledge. And I think at the beginning, that is 100% acceptable. That is what your upline coach is there to do. They are there to help train you. However, it is your job. It is your job as a coach to be able to say to people, you know what, based on your goals, I think this program might be really effective for you. Oh, you like dancing? This is a program that I think would be great for your likes, You need to be able to speak from experience and speak confidently. Do you know what's in Shaco? Do you know what those ingredients do for your body? Are you speaking to people about how that can affect their life? You need to be credible. It's not just about having that appear on the outside. It's about truly embodying what it is that you're presenting. That sets you apart from someone who is coaching and faking their way through. Don't be a person who is half-assing it, guys. You have all the tools. Go into your BOD, look at some videos, see what each program is, you know, what is there out there that could really benefit someone's life. The more you know, the more you are going to be able to impact lives in this country. And likability. All right, so we all know, and I hope you know, you are not, as a coach, required to have every single day be your best day in the freaking world. You don't need that. You can be honest about who you are. You can be honest about slipping. You can be honest about having a bad day. But we are not going to be those people that get online and complain about so-and-so who broke up with me and I have terrible things to say to them. We're not going to be those people because we're better than that. Wouldn't you be attracted to someone who wants to move forward and move past their problems? Wouldn't you be more interested in the person who is trying to move forward than the one who is wallowing? Yeah, you would. And if you are wallowing, that is fine. Mourn, do what it is that you need to do, but you do that off of the screen. You want to make sure that you are presenting someone who people can approach. You want to be approachable. You want to be likable. When you're having a good day, share that. Share what it is that makes you you. If you're having a bad day, that's okay too. Let people know that you need support. But don't be the Eeyore. Don't bring everyone else down. Okay. Find out the key benefit that someone needs. So when you are having conversations, are you asking questions? Super important. It is not enough to say, hey, I have this program that I really like. You should do it. Not everyone has the same goals you have, but they might be working towards health and fitness goals. Are you asking the questions to find out what their goals are? Are you asking the questions that help them feel comfortable and express the barriers that they've received? Do you know what they need to work on most in order to see success? Do you know what's keeping them from reaching out to you? What fears do they have? What is the thing they can benefit from most? Find those things out, because if you have experienced something with a Beachbody program that speaks directly to that thing, you can talk from experience about how that thing could change their life. That's all that someone needs, is the confidence to move forward. Someone just needs to feel confident and know that there is a reason, there is a benefit that they can find in this as well. All right, moving back in my notes. All right, the number one key to success is ambition. Hunger. Are you willing to make sacrifices? Plain and simple, that is the question. Are you willing to make sacrifices because you want to see yourself succeed? We all have busy lives. Some of us are students. Some of us work a full-time job. Some of us work part-time jobs. I will say it over and over and over and over and over again. You do not have to have a ton of time to work this business. It is about what you do with the time that you have. It is about how you spend the hour and a half. Are you scrolling Facebook and saying that you're productive? Or are you doing the things that are actively moving you towards your goals? Get real with yourself. Guys, sacrifices can be big things. Sacrifices can be small things. TV was the first thing that went when I was starting this new business because I had a lot to learn. So I wasn't spending all of my spare time watching TV. I was getting my work done before I allowed myself TV. And then I would watch one show and go to bed. So yes, there were small sacrifices made up front, but in the grand scheme of things, Well, what if that small sacrifice ends up making you $1,000? Would that be worth not watching TV for a few hours? Ask yourself, is the sacrifice I'm making worth the success that I can see coming from this? Are you wasting your time on $10 an hour activities? If so, stop doing them. You cannot get out more than what you are putting in. So we all know, we hear it over and over, what we put in is what we get out, right? Here's what I want you to do. Write down right now what you want your hourly rate to be, okay? Let's say, instead of writing down an hourly rate, what is it that you want to be making yearly? If you could put a number on it, is it $10,000 this year? Is it $50,000? Is it $100,000? What is it that you want to be making? Divide that number by 2,000. When you get that number, that is your hourly rate. Are you doing activities that are worth $100 an hour? Is scrolling Facebook worth $100 an hour? It's about identifying what activities are actually paying you. And that's different for everyone's business. I can share with you what I think my money-making activities are. First and foremost, inviting. I know that for me and my business, inviting is huge because my market is not comfortable reaching out to me. Number two, value, adding value in my posts. That is a huge money-making opportunity because that's where trust is built for me. Number three, helping my coaches succeed. Talking to my coaches, figuring out what it is that they need. Personal development, huge, because that gives me inspiration, that feeds me with what I need to help other people. Running a successful challenge group, investing in your challengers, checking in with those people. What are the activities that you feel are directly paying you? What is your payoff? What is your biggest payoff? And your market is different from mine. So figure out what it is for you. Okay. So if we are talking about the law of three, we are talking about identifying our three most important tasks. So 3 things account for 90% of your income and results, and it is your job as a coach to figure out what those 3 things are in your business that are accounting for that 90% of your income and your results. So here's what you ask yourself. If I could do one thing all day long, what activity would pay me the most? Second question you ask yourself. If I could do 2 things all day long, what activities would pay me the most? And I think you know where I'm going with number 3. If I could do 3 things all day long, what 3 activities are going to pay me the most? When you identify those things for yourself, that's where you know you need to be investing your time. All right, so we have this thing called the A-B rule. If we are talking about the A-B rule, A activities are the activities that move you toward your goals. B activities are the ones that don't. The more A activities you do, the more you're going to succeed. So you need to constantly be asking yourself, is this activity moving me toward my most important goals, or is it a distraction? And I can tell you that I have had a lot of distractions. A lot. It's easy. We run a business online. It's about putting the blinders on and saying, I am going to accomplish these 3 things because I have an hour to do that today. So phone is getting turned over. Kill the news feed is going on. I have these 5 people that I'm going to reach out to today, and I do nothing else before those 5 people get messages. Okay, let's talk about increasing sales. I know this is unsexy. We are unveiling all of the things we don't like to talk about. It is a business though. There is a business, and I am saying and stressing this, and I hope you guys know, people are the most important part of this. Forming relationships, most important part of this, and it's also the most rewarding part of this. But we know that in order to make an income, you are helping people change their lives by plugging them in with these programs that can change their lives. So we're talking about increasing sales. How do we do that? Increase the frequency of customer contact. Talk to more people. What is your goal right now? Do you want to hit Success Club 5? Well, here's the thing. I can tell you that generally, and actually I just read this in the 10-time rule today, for every 10 people you invite, most likely one of them will join your challenge group. So if that's true, if that's the case, and you're aiming for Success Club 5, which means plugging 3 people in, that means you need to talk to a minimum of 30 people. My best advice to you is to act as though that 3 people isn't going to happen without double the amount of contact. 60 people. In a month, guys, that's 2 people a day. It's not hard. It's not hard. You have to choose your hard. I've said it before, but fighting cancer, that is hard. I watched my mother-in-law go through it. Having to show up for chemo, that's hard. Losing a loved one, that's hard. Sending 2 invites that could change someone's life, not hard. Follow up on every single call or sale. This is hard. I know it's uncomfortable, and it doesn't get more comfortable until you do it and do it and do it and do it and do it, guys. It doesn't get comfortable until you practice it. You have to follow up, because here's the truth. It's going to be between the 9th and 12th time you follow up with someone that they actually pull the trigger, that they actually decide to join you. There are people I have been talking to for over a year now, and they still have not joined my challenge groups. But I keep talking to them because they tell me they want it. They tell me they want me to check in with them every month. Even if they're not, I'm still checking in with them, because at the end of the day, if they do not want to join you, they are flat out going to tell you. But you never know if it's what they need at a specific moment in their life. So you do your job. You let them be the one to guide the conversation, and all you do is you let them know that they're invited. You're not saying they have to join. You are not doing anything dirty. You are giving someone the opportunity to join something that could change their life. Physically, financially, emotionally. You do not know where someone is. Do not make that decision for them. Give excellent customer service. This is what makes the difference. I have had people switch over to my team, not because I have asked them to, but because they don't connect with the coaches that they work with. Why? Because their coach ignores them. If you treat every single person like they are $1 million customer, how would that change your business? If you gave everyone that kind of importance, if you gave everyone the same chance to be a rock star coach, how would that affect your business? You never know who is waiting on the other side. You never know what this experience is going to inspire in someone. Treat everyone like they are $1 million customer. And generate a golden chain of referrals. Let's say you have 5 people in your challenge group, and you ask every single one of those 5 people to refer 2. That would be 10 people for that month, right? Well, if you invited all of those 10 and one pulled the trigger, 2 Success Club points, closer to your goal. What if you asked all of those 10 to refer 2 people, 20 people? 2 people pull the trigger. It's a chain effect. You have to do the uncomfortable thing and make the ask. Just because someone tells you no doesn't mean that they don't know someone who would be a perfect fit for your coaching team. Doesn't mean they don't know someone who could benefit from doing a program that happens from the comfort of their home. Maybe that person feels comfortable going to the gym, but I'm sure they know someone who is embarrassed to step foot and try to work out in a gym around other people. Don't you think that's someone that might be able to benefit from working with you and a group of supportive people who want nothing but the best for themselves and everyone else in the group? All right, last thing we're going to talk about. In order to have success, guys, it is so important that we keep our lives in balance. And this is something I struggle with day in and day out. However, I know what a difference this can make for us. When we work, we are at work, okay? If you are a student and you're on summer vacation, how about you treat this summer, you treat Beachbody like it is your part-time job. How about you show up for 3 to 4 hours a day, and that's a lot. You don't have to make it that amount of time. I'm just telling you to experiment. And when you are doing those 3 to 4 hours a day, they don't have to be consecutive. Focus. Work with intensity. Because here's the thing. Your relationships, your family, your fiancés, your husbands, your significant others, your niece, your nephews, those people are all way more important than this business. They are all way more important than any job you will ever work in your life. And they deserve to be treated with that importance. I am speaking very honestly when I tell you I have pushed my family and my fiance aside way too much because I am so invested in my team. And that has been a big goal for me, to separate the time that I am on call for my team and the time that I am not this year. Relationships require you to be there and be present. They require a quantity of time. A successful business requires intensity of focus. So when you're at work, work. And you make sure that your loved ones know, okay, you know what? I'm gonna focus on my business for the next 2 hours. I'm gonna do the activities that move me toward my goals for these next 2 hours, and then I'm all yours. And when you are all theirs, the phone goes away, the computer goes off. I don't care if you get a message from someone saying that they're ready to jump into your challenge group. I'm talking from experience here because I know that message goes off and you're like, potential sale, potential customer. I get it, guys. I get it. But you know what? That person is still gonna wanna join your challenge group tomorrow when it's your time to work again. When they wanna talk, treat them like they are the most important people in your life. Don't put them on hold, because nothing feels worse than being rejected by the person you love. And that's essentially what we are doing. And our business isn't worth that. This is a vehicle for us to be able to honor our why. Why is it that you're in this? Keep reminding yourself of that thing, guys. Keep reminding yourself of that thing. I want to be able to retire my parents. I want Juana and I to be able to focus on our artistic paths without needing to worry about whether we can raise our children or not. The reason I do this is for those people. And if I'm not going to give those people my time, then what the hell am I doing? After the events of the last week, I think we all know life is way shorter than we can anticipate. You don't know when it's going to end. And it's about spending the time that you have on this planet, soaking up every moment with the people that mean the most to you. This business is a vehicle for you to do that. It is not an excuse for you to not spend time with those people you love. Okay, I know that was a lot of talking. We've got about 10 minutes before I'm going to get off this call. So if anyone has questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. I'm going to keep the recording going. And also, I'll just say that tomorrow I have a day off, so I'll probably do some calls with anyone who needs that. And I also have time later in the week. So I'm going to be posting in our group when mentorship calls are. And if you want one, then go ahead and just snag it. I'm all about it. But I'm here for you guys this week. I feel like I really want to see my team succeed. It's not just about my success. This is about us doing it together. So, yeah.
So I don't really have a question, but I wanted to say, what did I say? Oh, what you were saying about someone says no or, isn't interested in the business, that we should ask them if they have a referral or if they know anybody, because I never even thought of that. Like, yeah, they may be comfortable going to the gym. They may be, good on fitness. They don't want to do the coach opportunity. Yeah, that's fine. But do they know anybody we can help? And it's not like looking for another sale. It's like they may actually know somebody that's either close to them or not that this would be of value to. So I think, like, to me, that was my biggest takeaway from this call, because it was like a light bulb. I'm like, I was so focused on, like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do the coaching op? No? Okay, I'll check back with you later, and then move on to the next person. So that was a really good point. I like that.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we realize that, and it is not, and I've started doing this, it's not a bad thing to go back to people who have said no and ask them. I've actually done that with the coaching opportunity a lot. Someone that has said no to my challenge group, I've been going back to a lot of those people and saying, I realize we didn't actually talk about the business, and you're in the same boat I am as an actor, and I know that this has made a big difference in my life financially. Is this something that you would be interested in, though? The worst they can tell you is no. The worst they can tell you is no. And yes, everyone knows someone. And at least if you put the bug in their ear that, like, you are out there to help people find success physically, financially, emotionally, whatever it is, then they know it's an opportunity for everyone. It's not just an opportunity for them. You have to operate from the mentality that no matter how much you put it out there, people still do not know what the heck you are doing. They don't know what coaching is. They don't know what a challenge group is. How many, I've been doing this for over 1.5 years, and I still get people telling me that they have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you feel like a broken record, but you're not.
No, and there are new eyes on you all the time.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to reintroduce yourself to your social media and your mission to your social media.
Yeah. Anybody else? No one has their video on. It's just me and you, Courtney.
No.
Can't stalk anybody.
Okay, well, if we don't have any more questions, that's totally cool. I will put up probably an acuity scheduling thing tomorrow in our team page. And before we go, I always like to end my call in prayer. You are not required to stay on for this, so do not feel obligated to. But if you want to, I love praying with you guys. So, okay. Dear Lord, first and foremost, I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to spend time with people that just fill my heart with so much happiness. it is amazing to me how you have blessed me with this family of coaches, family of people who want more for themselves and aim high and dream big. And the fact that you have given us the ability to connect and be able to mentor one another, not just me, is truly, truly a blessing. I pray that you continue to help us to impact the people who really need change in their lives, the people who need this physical transformation to occur for the sake of their health and happiness. And I pray, Lord, that you help us to reach those people that need this change financially, that are willing to put their excuses aside and do what it takes to see success in their futures. We all have that capability. Please help us continue to get out of our own way and just move toward those goals that we are aiming high for. In your name we pray, amen. All right, I love you all, and you guys were really, really on my heart this week. I'm super grateful for all of you guys. So I love you, and I look forward to seeing you all again on Sunday.